right, you should have your anatomy worksheet 7 through 11 and your crayons or colored pencils ready to go because we are going to color code some things. Um, and the reason why we're doing it like this in like a video isn't so many at one time is because these are important body parts for you to know. So I do want to finish out the year with these, but also because your tests and your worksheets are a newer version than what your textbook is. So it will be a lot easier if I just do these along with you right now rather than to and show you what they are rather than you trying to guess and me trying to figure it all out. So that's why we're doing this. So what we need to do first is we're going to label everything. We're just going to go down A through B and figure it out, okay? So A is right here. It's showing this like teardrop shaped thing up here in your forehead and down here in your throat. Those are your sinuses, okay? That's where whenever you're getting a cold, those are going to be round. Whenever you're getting a cold or a sinus infection, those are kind of what swell up and make you feel like you have a headache. So what we're going to do is we're going to color these guys brown. If at any point I'm moving a little bit too fast for you, just pause the video and keep pressing play. We have a lot to work through, so I am going to move a little fast. Okay, letter B right here. This is called your pharynx. I believe you should have learned that from last week or the week before. Okay, and I'm going to cross these off as I go. Our pharynx is yellow. Well, this is where having a twistable crayon is not very easy, okay? So it's this pipe right here that is what the air comes through, okay? That's your pharynx, the whole thing. Okay, so your sinuses are inside your pharynx. And then letter C is also inside your pharynx, and letter C is the epiglottis. Epiglottis. And our epiglottis is going to be blue. See color that guy blue right now. Letter D, right above or right below the pharynx, is our larynx. Larynx, not a pharynx, a larynx, and that one we are going to color. Let me write it in first. Larynx, and that guy is going to be colored orange according to our handy dandy diagram up here. Okay, letter E, this guy right here, this is our trachea, and our trachea is going to get colored green. I'm not going to take the time to color it all in, but or to do it perfectly, so you feel free to do that. Okay, and I'm just coloring that portion. Letter F right here. Oh, do you know what this is without even looking at it? Because I do. It's a lung. That's like the first one so far. I did know what the sinuses were. The lung is going to get colored yellow. Oh, look, we're repeating colors. Again, I'm just kind of scribbling, but you can pause the video and take time. We just got a lot to get through. Okay. Number G, or letter G, these two things coming down off of your trachea, this way and this way, those are called your bronchi or your bronchi, which means it is plural because there's two of them, and that guy is going to get colored blue. Sorry, I was trying to figure something out. Okay. Okay. And letter H is our bronchial tubes. And I'll show you what those are. So here's one bronchi coming down. The bronchial tubes are these things that branch off of it. And our bronchial tubes are going to get colored purple. Twistable crayons are not easy to twist with one hand. Okay, letter I right here, it's pointing to these things. Letter I are your bronchioles. Oh, so it just keeps getting smaller and smaller. Bronchioles. Okay, we're going to color those guys purple also. All right, that's not going to be confusing. So do you see how oh, let me focus that. So here's a bronchial tubes. And then these guys are like the things that come off of the bronchial tubes, okay? So they're little branches. Okay, letter J right here, these little cells that are there, those are called alveoli. Sorry, I'm like looking in a different place while I write. And we're coloring those red. So just worry about these ones. If you want to color in the other little dots, feel free to. I'm not going to take the time to do it because we're going to keep moving forward. And letter K right here below your lungs and your bronchial tubes and everything, that is called your diaphragm. So when you're singing and somebody says use your diaphragm, that means you are working your lungs to breathe really hard and you're really pushing from your diaphragm from a place deeper than your lungs. That's what I was just doing, if you can hear it in my voice. And your diaphragm is going to get colored brown. Oh, I'm like a kindergartner, or actually like a preschool coloring this. Okay, so that's our first page. Move on over. We're going to learn about some muscles in your body. This one you guys might be a little more familiar with. So first, let's just start from the top. These are called your frontalis muscles. Okay, frontalis muscles, that's pretty easy. It's in the front of your head, right? So your frontalis, you're going to color green. Pretty easy. This is a lot easier than the last one. Okay, the one below it, these ones on the side are called your temporalis muscles. No idea why. I don't know if they're temporary or not, but that's the name of them. And those are going to get blue. Temporalis muscles. Okay, down here, kind of like where your cheek is and your mouth and your jaw, that is called the masseter. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right because I don't have a book in front of me. Masseter? The masseter. And that's going to go yellow. No rosy cheeks for this guy. Okay, right here. Any idea what these are? This is from your neck, but it is technically called the trapezius muscle. And your trapezius muscle should be colored purple. Right here, this one you may have heard of. It's not as familiar. It's called the deltoid. This is your shoulder muscle right there, and your deltoid is going to get colored orange. I will post pictures of these for you to check afterwards just to make sure you've got everything. But remember, pause the video anytime you need to. Okay, let's move down to this section here, this top one. Do you know what this is? You probably do. It's the bicep. On top of your arm. And your biceps, you're going to color them yellow. Well, you're only coloring one bicep because his other one is hidden. Okay, the next one pointing up here, this is your pectoral muscle. Pectorals, because there are two of them. Your body is, oh, I'm forgetting the word. You might know it, but whenever, like a butterfly, where one side is exactly like the other. So there's a pectoral muscle here, there's a bicep here, there's a deltoid here, there's a trapezius here, there's a temporal over on this side. It just is not showing all of those. So your pectorals, though, back to pectorals, they're going to get colored green. And the next one right here, you might know these ones. These are pretty easy. These are your abdominal muscles, or your abs. Abdominals. I can't talk and spell at the same time. Abdominals, you're coloring red. This is actually kind of how they are. So whenever somebody has a six-pack, if you're talking about six-pack, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are down your, like where your waist is, so people don't usually see those. Okay, then down here, let's start with this one. This is your sartorius leg muscle. We're going to color that guy brown. And this next one, you very well may recognize. It is the quadriceps muscles, or quads for short. Whenever you do squats and different things, those, I'm coloring those blue, those are what are being worked a lot of times. So you see it kind of splits in two there. And your sartorius kind of stretches from your waist down to the inside of your knee. All right, so there you go. Keep moving forward. Next one, skeletons. Oh, actually, nope, just kidding. We have these back muscles we need to take care of. Okay, so up front, or up top, first line right here. These are the back, on the back of your biceps. They are your triceps. I did know that one. We're coloring those orange. Okay, these back muscles here, those are called your trapezius. So those, oh look, those actually connect up to what we did in our neck there. Okay, and those get colored purple. Again, I'm just scribbling because this is already a 10-minute video, but that's okay because this is all we're doing for health today. Right over here, this is called your gluteals. Yes, this is your butt muscle. That's okay. This is the proper name. So instead of saying my butt's sore after gym class, you can say my glutes are sore, and then it's a little more proper. Right here, these are your hamstrings. A lot of people pull hamstrings when they don't stretch correctly before they exercise. And a pulled hamstring can be very, very painful. These are the opposite side of your leg, on the back of your leg, where your quadriceps are. They're on the back. So the quadriceps are in the front, and the hamstrings are in the back in the similar location. Okay, down here, these are your, ooh, this is a big one. Gastrocnemius. I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm spelling this right. Do a better job than I am. And those are going to be green. They're like your calf muscles right there. And then finally, down here, this is your Achilles tendon. If you've ever heard the term Achilles heel, it comes from an old Greek, an old mythological story. And it was named after one of the false mythological gods, Achilles. And they call it your Achilles heel because the only place he was not protected in his body was the heel, which is at this Achilles tendon. So that's why it might sound familiar. And our Achilles tendon is going to be blue. So it's actually tendon, so it's just those hair-like things. Okay, now we're moving on to our skeleton. Actually, just kidding. I'm going to pause the video, and you're going to have two different videos because this one's already going to be too long to upload.